Hello, what is up? So I have another little tutorial that I will share with you. And recently I participated in if you're familiar with Odin project. So I completed three other HTML CSS projects. And for today, for this video, I'm going to share with you this Google homepage. Where is that? So it's something like this. Um, So I've already prepared in here my index.html file, which I've also linked my style.css, my style sheet, and the script which I got from Font Awesome because we'll be using icons like these. So, okay, so let's open this in the live server so that we'll see what it looks like. Of course, it's empty. Okay, let's get started. So first things first is let's create a wrapper or a container for the whole entire, like for the nav, for the main body, and for the footer. So let's give it a name of class main. So the way what I've learned so far is to structure your code. Um, yeah, for me it's better that way. Um, Structure first, section per section. Like for example, in this one, we are going to create a nav menu, obviously. So within that body that we created, which has a class of main, we will create another container which will house this nav menu. And then we will, since by the way this is responsive, so we'll make this responsive. So we'll create another nav menu for the mobile version. And then the center is the main body, and then footer for the desktop, and then footer for the mobile version. Okay, so let's continue. So again, another container for the nav menu. This is fairly easy compared to the other projects which are Google search results. There is an easier one and the difficult one. And I am happy that I've completed those, and I am so excited to share with you in the coming videos. So that's for the nav menu, and then for next is for a container for the mobile version. And then another div container for the main body. And then for the footer, for this is for the desktop, and then footer mobile for the mobile version. Okay, so let's start with the nav menu for the desktop version. Let's create an ordered list. Sorry if you find it slow for me to code. I'm not really an expert, I'm not near to that. So anyway, you can fast forward if you think it's too slow. So this is for the second menu store. Then for this list, this is going to be the one. This is for this area. So let's give it an ID of right, since it should be in the right side. And then anchor tag that will not go anywhere. And then let's say Gmail. This one's for images. Okay, so this one will be for this cube. So let's go to Font Awesome and find a similar icon. Let's extend this a bit. Okay, so cube. Guys, internet here in the Philippines is just one of the slowest, if not the slowest, one of the worst. So let's grab this one. Oops. And then insert this. Where was that? Okay, insert this within the list tag. And then, oh, another list. This is the last one. So this will going to be a button. So what we're going to do is an a tag, and let's sign in. Give it a name, sign in. Let's give it an ID of sign in. You will know later why. Okay, so the nav menu for the desktop version is done. Now let's go ahead to the mobile version. So I think I like it when I'm done with working. Let's say, for example, for this one section, I like to close. To close it, so that it's easier for me to work on another section. So for this one, again, an ordered list. Oh, okay. We need, so let's see. Okay, so we need this hamburger menu. Actually, we can use pure CSS to how do you call that, to make a hamburger menu. You can do this using sudo selectors, but for this tutorial I'm just going to grab some icon from Font Awesome, because I didn't really make a pop-up. Notice that, like, for this one from Font Awesome, once you click this hamburger menu, there's a pop-up. So basically it should have some pop-ups here, but I didn't make that one. I didn't create for this first project from Odin. I make it as simple as possible. Don't worry, because I included the pop-up, the making of the hamburger menu in the next videos. For, I think that was the difficult Google search page. So for this one, it's just simply as possible. So wait, let me expand this a little bit and search for bars. Okay, let's grab this free one and then copy the code. Copy. My laptop is dying, I guess. Okay, so copy, and then next. for all, and then another one. Images. So obviously this one is going to be on the right side. That's why I'm giving it an ID of right mobile. And then this should be a cube, so let's just copy the one that we have in here and then close. Alright, for the last one, this is for sign in. Sign in. Okay, so we're done with the mobile version. Now we are going to code for the center or the main body. So we're going to have three sections for the main body. So the first one, let's give it a class of logo. This is a container for the logo. The second one is for the search. The last one is for the button. So button. Okay, so for the logo, I have already saved some image in my folder, so this is going, there you go. And then let's give it some alternative text. Google, close. Then for the search, let's look for an icon of search. It's loading. Search. Okay. What is the condition of your internet connection in your country? I wonder how fast is your internet. And then some input. Let's give it an ID of name, property, and then required. And then for the last one, this will be the microphone. So this one, we are looking for this icon, microphone. Okay, so let's grab the code. This will be the last item for the body. Okay. So the search section is done. Let's go to the button section. Okay, so for this one, let's give it an ID of Google search. Google search. And then href, that won't go anywhere. And then the label is Google search. For this one, let's give it an ID of lucky. I'm feeling lucky. Okay, so the button is done. Now let's go to the footer area for the desktop version. Advertising. Let's copy. Let's just copy this one and paste 2 more times. Second one is business. Oops. Business. Third one, how search works. How search works. For this one, this will going to be placed on the right side, so let's give it an ID of footer right. This will be for privacy. For terms, let's just copy this one and then paste and then edit. Just for settings. For the mobile version, notice that we have 2 layers, so the top and the bottom. So what we're going to do is create 2 containers, for one for top, one for the bottom. So again, let's structure it first. Class of bottom. So for the top, an ordered list. This is for advertising. Let's just copy this one 2 more times. Business. And then how search works. Okay, so this is done. Let's go to the bottom section. UL list privacy. Let's just copy this 2 more times and then edit. Oops. Paste. Terms. Settings. Save. Yeah, so we're done with our HTML. Now let's style our start with the body HTML. Let's just delete those extra spaces. Padding 0, box sizing, border box. For the main container, so this is the container that contains all those sections. So let's give it a width of 100%. So it should be 100% since it's 100% or 100 viewport height, since it covers all the viewport. So Nav Menu. So for the nav, Menu. So we're styling first the nav menu for the mobile version. So of course in the desktop, we're going to give it the property display none, since we'll not be displaying it in the desktop version. Width of 100%. Max height 50 pixels. Fixed. Position fixed, of course. Now let's style the nav menu for the desktop version. Let's give it a width of 100%. Max height 50 pixels. Actually, okay, so anyway, top 0. Can actually combine this too, but yeah, let's just, anyway, this has a property display and this doesn't have, so position fixed. Save. Now for the nav menu UL, or the unordered list, display flex. So for the flex flow consists of two properties, which is flex direction and then flex wrap. So for this one, it's the direction is row, so from left to right, and wrap, flex wrap of wrap. Justify content, flex start. So this means that since we have the flex direction of row, so justify content is the position with respect to the main axis, which is in this case row, from left to right. So flex, we give it a value of flex start, so that's from left. Align items, center. So this is, again, align items is the position of the elements or the items with respect to the how do you call that, cross axis. In this case, the cross axis is from top to bottom. Let's give it some padding, 24 pixels. Save. And nav menu UL for the list. So for the list style, should be none to delete or eliminate these bullets. And then padding 0 for the top and bottom, and then 10 pixels for left and right. Save. Now let's go to the anchor tags. So nav dash menu UL anchor tag. So text decoration none to eliminate these blue border bottom under the words for the menus, menus. Let's give it some color of black. And then for smooth transition, let's add some transition 0.5 seconds. Let's apply some property when you hover over the menus, LIA, and then hover. Okay, now we're getting there. Remember that we gave an ID for the menus that belongs to the right side, the right section of our body. So margin left auto. So giving a margin left auto, this pushes these menus to the rightmost. For the sign in, we gave it an ID of sign in as well. Background 40. Again, I didn't store this color in our root directory, so I'm just going to type the hex code. Let's give it some padding. 6 pixels top and bottom, and then 10 pixels left and right. Some border radius for some smooth edges, and then margin left 12 pixels. Okay, so as you can see, we now have this. Now for the anchor tag, oops, I want it to be white so that we can clearly see the sign in label. There you go. Now for the body, remember we enclosed that in a container that has a class of center. Let's give it a display of flex. Flex flow. For this one, it should be column. And then flex wrap of wrap. Justify content center. So in this case, our flex direction is column, that's from top to bottom. So our justify content, which is the position of the items with respect to the main axis, which in this case is from top to bottom. So we gave it a value of center. Align items, this is the position of the items with respect to the cross axis, which in this case is from left to right. Center, and then height, so be careful that so what this does is that we are calculating the height, the remaining height that the body will consume, which is 100 viewport height minus 120 pixels. Save, and then we are almost there. So for the search, let's give it a margin top of 20 pixels, margin bottom of 40 pixels. Save. for the input, let's give it a width of 550 pixels, height 47, it's 47, 447, some border radius for smoother edges, 60. Actually, this is should be an oblong, right? So 60 pixels, and then some border, 1 pixel solid. I'm using an RGB color, 228, 220, 220. Save. There you go. So we have to adjust these icons and put them inside the input tag. So search the class of the search icon. So we position that as relative, and then right -40 pixels, and then top 3 pixels. Save. What's left now is the microphone. So again, search the class for the microphone, position relative, -40 pixels, and then top 4 pixels. Save. There you go. For the button section, let's give it a display of inline block. Inline. Save. Text decoration, none. Color gray. Text align, center. Okay, we're almost there. So for Google search, let's give it a background of F2, F2, F2. Padding 10 pixels, 10 pixels top bottom, and then 15 pixels left and right. And then border radius 5 pixels. For the lucky, again, this is F2, F2, F2. Ten pixels, 15 pixels. Margin left, 10 pixels, top and bottom. So we're getting there. Now let's go to the footer. Let's give it a width of 100% so that it'd be all across. 40 pixels. Bottom 0 so that it sticks at the bottom. Position fixed. Save. In footer UL. Again, I've already explained this earlier, so align items. Let's give it a value of center. And then some padding. 12 pixels, top and bottom 24 pixels, left and right, background, again, this off-white color. I think I've mistaken something, so this should be class of footer, save. Yeah. UL, now we're targeting the list item, so list style, none, and then some padding, 0, top and bottom 10 pixels. For the footer UL anchor tags, text decoration none, black, transition all is 0.5 seconds. So for footer, let's give it some style when you hover over the anchor tag. So border 1 pixel solid. Save. For the menus, that should be in the right section, on the right section, so let's give it a margin left of auto so that it pushes to the far rightmost. Save. Footer mobile, display none. Oops, okay. For some media query, max with 560 pixels. The nav menu remember the nav menu, the container that contains the nav menu for the desktop version. So in this case, it should be displayed none. Nav menu mobile display block with 100%, maximum height 40 pixels, top 0, position of fixed. Give it a flex, flow of row, flex wrap of wrap, justify content, flex start, align items. Again, I explained this earlier. Some padding, 22 pixels, 24 pixels, right and left. Almost there. Now menu. Now we're targeting list. So list style should be none, and then some padding of 0, top bottom 10 pixels for the right and left. Okay, we're targeting now the anchor tag. Text decoration none. Color black. Let's give it some transition. All is 0.5 seconds. When you hover over, let's give it a border, 1 pixel solid black. For the right, for the menus, that should be in the right section for the mobile version. Let's give it again a margin left of auto so that it pushes to the far rightmost. Down to the last section, footer display none. This is the footer for the desktop version. Now for footer mobile, width of 100%, 80 pixels, bottom 0, position fixed, display flex direction, justify content of center, align items center, some background. Really, I should have saved this one. Footer mobile for the top, UL And just copy this one and just edit the class for this. This is for the bottom. List style none. Next is we are going to target the anchor tags. So let's just copy this one and add the A. Same this one. Text decoration none. Color should be black. Transition all is 0.5 seconds. Okay, so let's copy this one and give it some property or animation when you hover over. Where is that? For the top section, display of flex flow row. Let's give it a margin bottom for the top container. 10 pixels all over. And then let's go to search. Okay. 10 pixels. Position of relative, and then right negative 20 pixels, and then top 35 pixels. The top should be negative 30. Okay, so I think I've missed something over here because I can see the, oh, there you go. Okay, so we have a footer in the mobile version, but we don't have a footer in the desktop version. What the heck? I've missed something. Let's go back to our HTML footer. Oh, I missed something. Dang, okay. So this is where, so I was wondering why my list does still has some bullets and these underline under the, how you call it, the words. So I actually missed the unordered list tag. So let's add that one and then put the list inside. Mm-hmm. That's why you really have to be careful. Just a slight um, error, your code won't work. So let's see, there you go. Yay, finally we're done. So it's fully responsive, as you can see. So this is the desktop version, and then goes to the mobile version. So that's it, guys. I hope you find this tutorial beneficial to you, and if you do, please like, and if you want to um, know more, check out my videos, and I will be posting more videos like this. So as I have said from the beginning, that I have completed the Odin project, so I will be posting in the next, probably in the next weeks, a tutorial for that, for the remaining two projects. So I hope you like this. Please like and subscribe. If you don't, then you don't. So thank you and bye.